So you're wanting to grow your digital agency to over 7 figures. There's a simple secret 10% rule that not many people know about for creating your digital agency. Hey, I'm Jason Swank, and I've created 2 8-figure agencies, one I've sold and one we're continuing to grow. And I've helped thousands of agency owners all over the world scale and really create an asset that produces predictability, freedom, and wealth for them. And I wanted to break down the 5 simple steps that you can do in order to get over 7 figures, because I see a lot of agency owners struggling to get over this mark, and I wanted to make it very simple. Well, the first step is really figuring out what can you offer for $9,000 a month for a year commitment. There's too many agency owners not charging enough, and they're not charging a retainer for a long commitment. They're basically doing month to month because they probably don't have a good positioning or a good offering leading up to that. And we'll get to that in the next couple steps. But it's figuring out what can you offer for $9,000 that can be very impactful to your clients. Step number 2 is figuring out and making a list of the top 100 companies that you can help right now that have the opportunity or the ability to pay $9,000 a month for a year. Not many people are creating a strategy for reaching out to their perfect prospects. They're waiting for it to come to them, or their whole business is based on word of mouth or referrals, or maybe they're just using one channel. If you're wanting to get over 7 figures and beyond, you have to have an outbound channel, and you have to have a strategy for reaching out to your perfect prospects. And I see too many people not picking and really making a list of who they want to actually work with. And then once you make that list, you want to research that company. You want to research who are the decision makers, what are the opportunities, what are the challenges that they're going through. And then the next step is creating an irresistible offer to get their attention. Not just calling them up and saying, hey, do you need web design or do you need SEO? What's that irresistible offer? What's that thing that you can really grab their attention that's very valuable to them, that will, in order to get that conversation with them? The next step is figuring out what's your offering ladder. And this is kind of goes back to the irresistible offer. A lot of agencies are pitching marriage right off the bat. Case in point, I worked with an agency owner not too long ago. They were an SEO agency charging $5,000 a month. They basically hold on to their clients for 6 months and then they would leave. That's a whole nother story that we can get into another time. But I asked him, I said, why is it month to month? And he said, well, it's just harder to sell a retainer. And his closing rate was like 25%. I said, well, let's change your offering and let's change and create you an offering ladder. So for example, I said, let's set up a free triage call with that prospect to basically make sure they're the right prospect for you, figuring out their budget. Are they the right person? What do they want? Can you actually help them? And then from that, you position to what I call the foot in the door offer. This is something that they're going to pay you for in order to really kind of give them a high level plan. So for example, this could be like what we do, our agency blueprint. So this is an hour-long call where we go through and we basically talk about what's your agency wanting to do, what have you tried, what's the big challenge in your way, and then we basically go over a solution and build a plan with them together. And then I let them know, hey, there's 3 possible outcomes. First, you'll love the plan, you'll go execute it yourself. If that's the case, I'll wish you luck. Second, which is the most common, you'll love the plan that we actually do for you and you'll want our help. Number 3, if you don't like the plan, we'll give you your money back, so there's nothing for you to lose. Now, this is an irresistible offer because we take the risk off the table. Now, what's happening here is a lot of agencies are doing this, but they're not charging for it. And if you can get a prospect to convert to a paying customer, 20 times more likely in order to engage with you later on. And what you're doing in this blueprint session is setting it up for a project. So you're trying to identify what's the big challenge that they're having, and then give them some direction and a roadmap and confidence and show them how to do it and say, hey, here's the next step of what we need to do. So with the SEO agency, we basically did a $2,500 foot in the door. This is like an hour-long call. And then we would position a 3-month project. And I asked him, I said, how long does it take you to get results for your prospects? And he said 2 months. I said, perfect. Let's do a 3-month project. So when you were still in this project, you can start transitioning to the retainer. And then the retainer but we basically bumped that up to $9,000 a month. So now when he gets a client, a paying client, rather than getting $30,000 per client coming in, he's getting well over 6 figures. And so that's the 5 steps. Now you're probably saying, well, what's the 10% rule? All right, we just made a list of 100 perfect companies that you can actually help out that have the ability to pay you $9,000 for the year. We've built trust with the prospect. We've made it easier decision for them to test you out and to move them up that offer ladder. And if you convert 10% of the 100, you're going to have 10 clients paying you $9,000 a month for a year. You're over 7 figures. Now, if you don't believe you can convert at 10%, make it a 200 person list. And all you have to do is convert 5%. But still, converting at 10% is very low anyway. But I just wanted to make it very simple. This is what we've always done when we've been growing our agencies. And so I just wanted to go over some steps. If you like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you hit the bell button and subscribe and comment. And until next time, have a swank day.